The Agonist. This is our van called the Blue Hornet.
My name's Danny Marino. Play guitar in the Agonist.
Hey, my name's Chris Kells. I play bass in the Agonist.
Basically, actually, we're the two founding members originally of a band that wasn't even called the Agonist. It was called Solace when it started out, and Elisa and Simon and Chris Adolph were in the band. It was different members, and then after our singer left, we got Elisa and formed the Tempest, and with a different drummer also. Then after we got Simon and also finished the record and got signed with Century Media, we then changed our name to the Agonist because there was a lot of pre-release Tempest bands in the past and it was going to cause distribution problems. So we did that, and then that's when we started touring pretty much for real. Before it was just within Canada, small stuff here and there in Ontario, Quebec, and that area. Well, basically 4 out of 5 people drive. Simon's the only one who doesn't drive right now. He doesn't actually have his license, but that's okay because he's like Mr. Co-pilot, and he actually has it, even though he's not driving, he has it pretty rough because he loses the least, gets the least sleep, because basically we have a rule at nights, you can't have someone driving alone. There's always someone in the passenger seat awake, and so he often is that person because the drivers have to get sleep to make sure that they don't fall asleep at the wheel.
So normally when he's awake, he's either noodling around with our iPod and our shitty radio to try and make it work. If not that, he's got his head buried in his PSP or his laptop playing some stupid RPG game.
Hey,
I'm not a video game guy.
Final Fantasy is not stupid.
All right,
okay?
let's take her down a notch here.
Tactics is kind of stupid, but regular Final Fantasy is shit.
Yeah.
This is new back here. This is just built. Before, we never had this type of setup. We have a single bunk up here and a double bunk on the bottom. So 3 people can sleep and 1 person can sleep on this bench. And there's actually, even in the trailer, there's a division in the trailer. There's a small room and a large room. The large room's for all the gear and the small room's for some of the luggage. And there's actually a bunk that's set up on chains that can come down, but obviously we don't sleep there while driving. But
we're gonna try it one day, though.
We're gonna, yeah. If we're ever stopped, we can. We haven't used it yet, but if we want everyone sleep comfortably, then everyone gets a real bed that way, which is pretty cool. Before, we used to have 2 benches in the van and this tiny little space behind the second bench, which was like you would sleep like this every night, and because especially on the Enslaved tour that we did, it was through November, December, so it was fucking cold. And waking up, you go to sleep with the van still warm, and you wake up in like ice. You know, that was pretty rough.
Or we didn't have a trailer for a little while. We had all of our gear back here, so we had one person sleeping here and another person sleeping in the little crevice in between the bench and the passenger seats. That's a lot of fun.
Luckily, Simon enjoys sleeping in the passenger seat upright because he's fucking crazy. So that helps.
A big band favorite for us that we can normally all agree on is usually the grocery store, because everybody can get exactly what they want. But as far as garbage is concerned, I don't know. There are a few members in the band that like to do the garbage stops.
Yeah.
Such as like what, Denny's or something? I don't know.
Well, no, like real garbage. Friggin' Monster and Pringles and beef jerky and like really dirty stuff. That's as to dinner.
Yeah, we do the green monsters late at night just to stay awake.
Yeah, I'm usually my driving shift is often sunrise, so I usually start around 4. And so I always have a Monster for that.
And a word of advice, do not mix a Monster with pet pills. They'll just
like
screw you up.
caffeine pills.
Oh, they'll just screw you up for days. I did that one time when we were driving through Alabama. I was shaking for hours.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And you get all irritable and you start like bitching people out for no reason. I think everyone in the band can agree that our favorite place to go on tour is our friend and video director Dave Brodsky's house.
Yep.
It is our home away from home. It's literally like a home. You go there, we feel like we're at home. And bagels across the street at the Portuguese bakery at the bagel factory.
Yeah, where if you don't know what you want, they yell at you. So.
Yeah, in Brooklyn, it's like Seinfeld with the soup Nazi. It's just like next, like that. But the bagels are awesome, and Dave Brodsky's probably the coolest person I've ever met in my life.
Dave and Allie are like our touring parents, basically. You go there, big hugs, and what do you need?
Lots of advice.
Yeah, that's it. Being a touring band from Canada is a lot tougher than being a band in the United States because we have to pay for work visas to come to the United States. Anything that we get from Central Media, because Central Media is based out of California, where we get all of our stuff in North America, we get all of our CDs from them. We got to pay border fees for all of our CDs. Our merch, bringing that across the border back and forth is always tough, but all in all, it's kind of worth it because we love where we live. Like Montreal, we love representing that and where we live, and it's just, Montreal is a great city, and I don't know, I wouldn't change anything.
For a lot of American bands, because everyone knows that as far as like per capita audience, there's way more potential in the United States than Canada, because there's only as many people in Canada as there is in California. So touring in the States is way better. So for an American band, it's not really all that worthwhile to apply for visas to go play in Canada unless they're really big and they can actually, you know, be a headliner that's really drawing a lot of people. For a band like us, if we were in the States, we probably wouldn't tour Canada, you know, because it's just not financially viable. But we don't have a choice. We have to go to the States if we want to make any kind of dent in the scene. We can't stay in Canada because then you're stuck.
Although the scene in Canada is amazing for metal. Well,
audience-wise, audience reaction.
Not all.
Every band so far that we've met and either toured with or just met and haven't toured with and spoke to, they're all always really excited to go play in Montreal because they know the audience is gonna go fucking crazy. Like, it's just, they eat it up. I think it's the French culture. They just love metal.